Okay, so this is a video announcement for 242. As promised, this is week 11, but as promised, I was going to tell you about the exam. The exam you will take in the testing center. You'll have to come to campus to do it. And essentially what you will get is a series of 6 questions that are more pointed than the questions that you had for your midterm. So they're a little bit more complex. And you'll be asked to write a 200 to 400 word response and cite examples from the text. So it's open text, open notes. Of those 6 questions, you may choose 5. Okay, you don't need to do all 6, and I only grade the first 5 that I see. And so essentially, you'll go to the testing center, carve out about 2 hours of your time. The limit, I think I usually put at 2 or 3 hours, and sit down and answer these questions. Now, in the interest of fairness and the interest of time, I'm going to give you 2 of those questions right now. And so if you come to the testing center, you should have already 2 essays or short answers in your pocket ready to go. So you really only need to worry about 3 spontaneous writing exercises. So the first question I'm just going to give you is, discuss how County Cullen and Langston Hughes approach race in America. Okay, I'm not going to repeat it because this is a video, so just slide that slider back if you didn't catch it. Okay, and then the other question that I will give you is, let's see, try and think of a good one. How is class examined in The Sculptor's Funeral and A Sweatshop Romance? Okay, so those are the 2 questions I'll give you. You have others. 2 of the questions have to do with Long Day's Journey in the Night. Okay, so if you didn't read that, good luck. You won't get either of those questions correct. And so just make sure that you know that play, but that you also have all of your notes from this semester. Remember, I've been encouraging you as you've been watching the presentations from your fellow students and as you've been reading the text, to take notes out of the text from those presentations so you're ready to go. This is why, okay? And then you will have to take that exam, okay? So again, April 27th will be the due date. You'll have just over a month to complete it. So go to the testing center, do all of that stuff. Many of you by now have probably dealt with the testing center in terms of their requirements for IDs, handing over your cell phones, et cetera, et cetera. Follow all of those rules. If I get anything that's a report from the testing center that there is an anomaly in the testing, then you can pretty much assume that you'll get a 0 on the exam. You also get a 0 on the exam if you don't do it, okay? Mostly because you had a month and then some to get it done. And so that's pretty much all of the details about the exam that you need. Again, open book, open notes, and each question is around 200 to 400 word response. I should get citations in there, all of that jazz, okay? That's pretty much it for the exam. Of course, if you have any other questions, you may ask those. I gave you 2 questions now, so you really only have 3 to think about or worry about. The exam, by the way, I should mention this. The exam, by the way, the latest work is at is County Cullen. Okay, so we've already done County Cullen, so you can take the final exam pretty much at any time. So in other words, I don't put Cheever on there. I don't put Beatnik guy or Jack Kerouac or anything like that on there. Stoner's not on there. That's just sort of the nature of the online environment. I can't really expect everyone to get to the testing center during exam week when everybody else is in the testing center during exam week. So really the latest work is County Cullen, Long Day's Journey in the Night. Okay, after that, Cheever, Carver, Kerouac, and then Stoner, the novel that we're going to be reading, will be on that. Of course, your final paper will encompass most of what we've read, and I will talk about that in the coming weeks as well. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. You've gotten your 2 questions. You kind of know what you need to do for the exam. Again, that is due to be completed by the 27th of April. Otherwise, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.